started out looking for I was working at Sports Illustrated at the time, and I wanted to do a book on the side, so I thought a manageable project would be a small, quirky sports story. But I looked around and I found, those have kind of been picked over. The whole sport of baseball is so strip-mined, and so pretty much as football doesn't have as long and fascinating history, perhaps, or basketball, but those are hard things to come by. At the same time, I admired Laura Hillenbrand's Seabiscuit. It's kind of coincidence that it was about a horse. I mean, also, what I admired what she did was she found a story that was just a good story. Nothing new had happened. It was just back in the archives, moldering away in the clips. She pulled this thing into the spotlight, told it very well, and researched it very well, retold it, and it connected with so many people that so beyond the horse racing industry and fans, because it sold millions of copies. It's one of the great success stories in publishing. So it happened to be about a horse. So I was looking and I thought, old story that's been forgotten, that maybe shouldn't have been forgotten. And I used to work years ago at the U.S. Trotting Association, which is kind of like the baseball commissioner's office for harness racing. So I knew a little bit about Dan Patch. I said, well, what about him maybe? What I knew though was actually, I thought, kind of boring. He won all of his races, and he endorsed a lot of products. And I thought, well, that doesn't sound like a book to me. Like a long list of products and like winning all your races actually sounds kind of boring. But the more I got into it, the more I saw that it was a story about a horse who'd been born crippled, couldn't stand up at birth, had to be held up to nurse, was almost euthanized. For a while he pulled the butcher's cart around the little town of Oxford, Indiana, where he lived. And then he went on to become this undefeated champion. He was making $1 million a year at a time when Ty Cobb, the highest paid baseball player, was making $12,000. So that's a pretty good story. And the characters that were involved in it turned out to be anything but bland. And there was a lot of skullduggery, and he was held back twice in races. He didn't lose the races because they had heat racing in those days, so he only lost the heat. But twice he was held back in betting schemes, and so all that was very fascinating to me as a horse fan and horse player.